I announce you. I show you. The Atrocity Megaball. I don't know how to start this off. Like, oh, do I introduce myself? No, I don't care. But anyways, we're back. Sort of. Not yet. Kind of. About to be. But we gotta explain some things that is going on with the next season. And it's this. You see that? AMB. Atrocity Megaball. And now you wonder, what the hell is this? Well, that's what this video is for. So, let's just, I don't know, let's just fucking get this shit started. Next slide. So, the Atrocity Megaball is a round robin, okay? Big round robin. It consists of 2 cells, right? And each of these cells are gonna have these big ass fucking teams battling off each other. So, each team will score points in each match to decide the winner and runner-up of each group. The winners will fight the runner-ups of the other group. The winners of these 2 semi-final matches will go to the finals, which will then decide the new Catharsis title holder. If you remember what the hell happened to the fucking Catharsis title last season, you'll know we're in kind of a weird abyssal void right now, where no one's currently holding that, which has never happened in the history of this show. But anyways, let's go more on this points, and I'm gonna have my British brethren explain more of that, I believe. But first, let's get to the big 3 rules, though. So what we got here? What's the rules for this big ass match?
Best of 3. No time limit. Falls count anywhere. That means if anybody goes out of the ring, they can be pinned. It's not just in the ring, it's out as well. Scary.
That's very scary.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw it before with the with Frank Fuck's tournament, basically tag team tournament that happened like, I don't know, like 2 seasons back. Where, yeah, no, that was how the whole thing, the outside count, there was no outside count, so it was just these big, brutal, out of the ring brawls going on, and the trick was that any pins that was happening throughout the match could count, any submission that was happening throughout the match could count, so,
that too.
It's applying here. So, let's get a little more interesting on the points with this round robin.
Yeah, because it's a round robin, this means that you're going to have points allocated for wins and losses to determine the winner and the runner-up of each round robin. So, if a team wins twice without conceding a win to the other team, their opponents, they get 5 whole points. If they win twice, but in the middle they concede a win, then they get 4 points. However, if they lose... Well, but if they lose twice, but they win once, they get 1 point. But if they just lose, and that's it, then 0 points. Nil point.
Damn.
So, winning really makes a big difference. And like that 1 point between winning outright and conceding 1 win, that can make a big difference in this. So all these teams better be in it to win it consistently.
Yeah. Well, what if I told you there was more going on this season than just this weird round robin like team tag shit match thing? Where the thing that also is going on here is the return of the GOAT, the Synchronicity Tournament that initially started off 2nd season when the title was created. It has returned, it is back, it is mainly here to, well, to find out who's good enough to fight Are We Not Men for their, because they are still the current Synchronicity title holders. And we've learned that they have just, their defense record is right now looking like it's about to be tying up with End Position, who are the first holders of the Synchronicity title. Other than that, it's like, you know, usual tag matches, standard rules. single elimination tournament. Nothing, you know, no crazy, no gimmicks, nothing to out of the wild. Just true, honest tag teaming. Unless, bitch. Also, that is true, no time limit. But there's the twist, though. There's a twist, though. And it's not just because there's no time limit. That's just because we don't want draws, okay? Draws are annoying, especially for a single elimination tournament. But the real twist is, though, the real one.
Yeah. So this is a bit complicated to explain, but each team in the Atrocity Megaball, so these 3-man teams, they have at least one supporting tag team in the Synchronicity Tournament. They could have 1, they could have 2, they could even have 3 if they're lucky enough. So whenever a Synchronicity team wins a match in the Synchronicity Tournament, except for the finals, of course, 2 bonus points are awarded to the Megaball team they're supporting. So if we take a look at this example here, the Megaball team won. They got 2 Synchronicity teams in support. One of them wins once, and then the other one doesn't win at all. So they get 2 points total. Megaball Team 2 has only got 1 team in support, but they win every single match that they're up against, and they go to the final. They get 6 points, and so Megaball Team 2 gets 6 points in total. Now, Megaball Team 3, they're lucky. They've played the cards right. They've done the right politicking and the right greasing of the wheels and the hands and the glands. And so they've got 3 whole teams in Synchronicity in support of them. Looks like Synchronicity Team E hasn't done so well for themselves. But Synchronicity Team D and F, they've both got through to the semis of Synchronicity, awarding them 4 points each for a total of 8. So Team 3, in addition to all the points they win in the Megaball tournament, they also get a bonus 8 points from the teams in support from Synchronicity. So, does that make sense?
It makes sense to you? It makes sense to me. I mean, basically, it's like these big teams are in the round robin. They have been selected, or they selected, or whatever sort of politic has been going on backstage since the break of GPW.
Yeah,
both tournaments are connected. They influence each other, you know.
Yeah, in a way. It's all quite obscure. It's quite Byzantine how this all works. I mean, this is just we're being handed this explanation. We're trying to make heads or tails of it. But that's the long and short of it as far as we can make out. So why don't you introduce the new cells for the Atrocity Megaball tournament?
Alright, gladly.
Why don't you do first cell?
Alright, so in the Cell A for the Atrocity Megaball, first, the Ultra Systems. Makes sense. They're a large stable. It would have been strange if they
the biggest stable.
Dallas County returning. I guess spoilers. That's obviously Dallas's team. And let's see. The third one is DGF, Draco Geno Federation. Again, these are basically like the monsters of like influencers groups, basically just heading off in a single cell, and then. Is that a typo? 3? Oh,
it's not even the third team listed.
Is this some sort of irony?
I guess we'll find out.
I guess so. Don't know who's in there. Anyways.
Cell B!
Cell
Who
B!
we got here? Let's take a look.
The unstable
stable! Oh, there's a bit of delay there.
Yeah.
Of course, Trauma, the creature that started it all, the first holder of the Catharsis belt. I'm sure he's pretty keen to get it back, so he's enlisted his monsters. We'll see which other 2 to help him get him back. What else we got? Mother's Earth. That's a name we don't recognize.
I don't recognize that. That might be a new formed team that got together to try to win themselves big on the holding of the Catharsis belt. Okay,
interesting. Who are we gonna? Okay, that's another new name.
That is a
Rectitude.
New name. Rectitude.
Love to see who's in there.
Oh!
Oh!
You motherfuckers! you know what? I'm not too surprised. I'm not too surprised. GPW's in a vulnerable position.
Yeah.
We're like a bleeding animal out in the woods. The wolves have come for their lunch, you know, and they're still. I'm not surprised. People like Noah Gripe, Killing You Guy, probably have got together to, you know, initiate another assault on GPW. Even though I thought the beef was squashed, they had their big fight in their show. We lost. And then, you know, members of GPW can't, you know, show their face in Power Fantasy for a year or whatever. But I guess they're rubbing salt in the wound, and now they're gonna try to take our fucking Catharsis belt, just kill our show completely.
Like it's complete opportunism. And I mean, when you think about it, it's not just Noah Grepp and Killing You Guy. I mean, people like Mons and
wait a
Neon,
minute. No. Really?
They've been in from the very beginning. They're from Power Fantasy, right?
That is true, but if they were able to get Mon out of the clutches of Ultra Systems.
That is true. He is a member of Ultra Systems now. And Neon, he's been a solid tag team with
he's been here since day one.
Since forever. Yeah, he should be, like, really solid. I mean, who's done this? Who's convinced? If I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're involved, maybe they're not, but
I mean, have you seen Noah Squats?
We'll see. I mean, I guess we'll find out in the PowerPoint.
All right. Well, now let's go on and announce the members for the teams that will be a part of the Atrocity Megaball round robin. So, starting off, members of the Ultra Systems.
You know him.
Romeo Ultra. Calvin. Oh, makes sense. Makes sense. Calvin has had a really great track record with single matches last session and season. So it makes sense that Romeo would take Calvin in for the team to try to get some, you know, to make their team as efficient and violent as possible. And then, of course, the third member for this team, Young Gooner. Which, again,
he's been making a name for himself.
Yeah.
Almost become like Romeo's right-hand man in some respects.
Absolutely. He's been through Romeo in the thick or thin with these brutal tag matches last season. Makes a lot of sense to me, but this is the three-man team. This is it, representing Ultra Systems for the Atrocity Megaball.
Alright, who's next? Let's take a look. Dallas County. Okay, who's repping Dallas County here? We got, of course, Dallas. The Ace, of course, partner with Dallas in Human Engines. And who is
Fergus Dallahan?
Now this is interesting, because he wasn't part of Dallas County.
No.
At all.
Not at all.
What's he doing here?
But, I mean, if you remember, Dallas and Fergus were a tag team last season to fuck over Lockjaw and Viscera.
That's true.
So they saw each other work well together, and they figured, why not? Why not do it again and get a chance to win even bigger than already? I mean, Fergus is already carrying a title on his waist.
That's true. That's true. He's a force to be reckoned with.
He is a force to be reckoned with. Yes.
Well, let's see how they work out together. All right, who's next? Show us who's next. DGF.
Drago Boulevard. The leader of the DGF makes sense to me. Amelia Florentine. Well, I'm shocked. Okay, no diss to Amelia, but I'm kind of shocked Riata wasn't just immediately the second one.
Yeah, I mean, you'd expect. I mean, Riata and Gloria, New History Warfare, two of the greats in GPW. Amelia, she hasn't really covered herself in glory tremendously, especially not recently. No. But you know what? Maybe Draco wants to give her a chance.
All right.
Maybe he thinks she'll work well as a 3-man.
Absolutely. That's completely valid. Well, let's find out who is the third member to represent DGF. Jamie DeLuz!
Well, I mean, he is in a tag team with Amelia.
I mean, it makes sense, but where the hell's Riata?
I mean, there's also
Trico's
Olo
making
and
a
Ricky.
grave mistake not having Riata here. Have you seen Riata's track record?
she's got the best track record in anybody in GPW. That's just unavoidable.
What the
The
hell
numbers
is
don't
happening
lie.
while we were on break, man? What happened during the holidays? I don't understand.
I mean, you feel like he'd want to maximize his opportunity to win, but I don't know. What's he cooking?
I don't know.
What's he cooking?
But we're gonna find out.
Three.
Who is 3? Who is the 3 in this 3 team? That's not even the third team in the cell? Interesting. Anyways, who is this? Rihanna Spike!
Oh, now, what does this mean? Does this mean Riata is she going against Draco? Has she left the Draco Genome Federation? Is she just not in there anymore? Is she branching off by herself?
Is she doing her own thing, man?
Maybe it's like newfound confidence. I mean, newfound. She's always been tremendously confident, but didn't she beat Romeo Ultra at the end of last season?
In a singles match.
A stable leader?
With the sniper crossface. Doesn't get more legitimate than that.
Yeah, so if Rare Despite she's beaten one stable leader, maybe she feels like she's as good as, if not better than, all the other stable leaders. Maybe she's well, she seems to be leading a team. I mean, who's she with? Let's see, who's she with?
Viscera Eyes!
Viscera Eyes. Okay.
Wow.
What a pull. Viscera Eyes, Dallas County Junior champion. I mean, considering he's a champion in Dallas County, maybe you'd think maybe he should have been in the Dallas County team, but no. Rare Despite has managed to pull Viscera Eyes.
I mean, Dallas kind of sunk that possibility like for a while.
That is true. She did burn that bridge.
She burned that
pretty
bridge
much immediately.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, so it makes sense. I mean, they're both debuted in Dallas County with a massive amount of success. Amount of success.
I mean, Riata was the heavyweight champ. Heavyweight champ and the junior champ, Dallas County, both here.
Yeah.
And who is the third of the 3?
Betsy Hubble!
I mean, makes sense. I mean, she was a finalist. And unlike Hildegard Law, Betsy didn't seem to like harbor any resentment towards Riata Spite in that finals for the DC Heavyweight Championship. Maybe Riata, you know, she's a smooth talker. She's a negotiator. She knows how to get things her way, and pulling Betsy Hubble, that's big. Both of them, Viscera Betsy, that's huge. And
that's huge.
Looking forward to see who Riata has pulled for the Synchronicity tag team, who she has in support for the Synchronicity, because, oh boy.
God damn.
Things are looking up for 3, looks like.
Absolutely. This is a big ass team. All literally debuted almost a year ago now.
Yeah, all newcomers.
Yeah.
Ready to challenge the old guard.
Yeah, they're trying to show that they're the real new faces of GPW. The others are like fucking has-beens, I guess. Damn. Well, speaking of the has-beens, nothing gets older than the unstable stable.
Has-beens they might not be, because, I mean... Jump scare.
Dude, this motherfucker heard us, bro. Like, who said has-been? I think that makes sense. Tron was back full force, and it's
one of the scariest fuckers in the whole fucking company.
Absolutely, this is a guy you never want to fight, but people have been brave enough to try it. Some of them have succeeded, some of them have failed miserably.
Some of them got that fucking collarbone broken.
Yeah. Gunko. This makes sense. This makes sense with the new transformation of Gunko. I mean, look at him.
Yeah, he's got the new colors.
Repping the trauma colors.
Yeah. A Homunculus can get him.
Asgard Ruffalo!
Oh shit, he's back.
He's back from his
he's
injury.
healed. Yeah. Now Asgard, he's usually in a tag team Scutum Scorpius with Ouroboros, but Ouroboros seemed to fuck him over, whether
Pretty
it's
badly.
purpose or an accident. So we'll see if Ouroboros is part of the unstable stable in support of them. But if so, like, who would she be in a tag team with? Considering Asgard's been press ganged into being in the Atrocity team.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll find out. I mean, solid team.
Now let's see who's behind the Mother's Earth. Strawberry Love! This makes so much sense to me. So that must mean Bug Jordan. So
Plantasia here. There you go.
Part of Mother's Earth. Yes, that makes so much sense to me.
And
So
they
who
have,
is the third member, I wonder? Contra?
Who's Contra?
Is this a debut of a new wrestler?
Who the hell? Who's Contra?
I don't know who the hell this motherfucker is.
Is this somebody that Amelie found?
Maybe. Amelie's still around, recovering from not
Getting
being
exploded?
Yeah,
Well,
not being fully.
She was caught
pretty
in the
close.
blast.
She was caught in the blast, and she made thankfully a full, healthy recovery since then. And maybe Amelie's found a wrestler for Plantasia to work with to capture the Catharsis title and the Atrocity Megaball.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We'll see how they do.
Well, we'll see how they do. I'm excited to see what Contra has in store for us. Yeah, who the hell is Rectitude? Sid Sediment.
Oh boy, Sid
So that
Sediment.
must be
Yeah,
these two.
it's Topian Rock.
Carpian Rock. I guess it makes sense. You know, they're here to battle off. I mean, they're in the same cell as the Unstable Stable, so their battle against Trauma and his goons continues basically, and just within the narrative of this tournament. I wonder who Sid and Mr. Painkiller got together and they picked, hey man, we want you on board for this. You can be the strength we need to fucking end this fucking, bullshit. RV Manhole.
Now that's a man who's had a long beef with Trauma since he went up against Trauma and got, as I said, his like collarbone. His
He's
neck
the original
fucking
winner
broken.
of the Desperate Struggle tournament.
That's right. He had the chance to go up against Trauma and he lost, but he kept on fighting through that
Nasty
critical
injury.
breakage. Yeah. So if anybody is never gonna give up against Trauma, it's RB, and Sid Sediment is absolutely right to take him on as part of the three-man. Very smart, Sid. Very smart. Very powerful team. Not to be trifled with.
Speaking of a powerful team, powerful group, we've learned our lesson multiple times, and I guess we continue having to learn it. Power Fantasy is here, part of this tournament, to make more problems for us, because we didn't have enough problems already. They're here. So let's see. We already have a good idea who's in this, but let's just see to confirm it. There it is, Mon Soliman.
So he is betraying GPW.
Absolutely. That bitch. He took Romeo's money and ran, bro. That motherfucker. I mean, it makes sense.
He did just lose the 3-3-3.
He just did lose to his fucking GPW rival, Baby Boy, of all things. Like,
So it makes sense that he's a bit sore about that.
I mean, if I was him, I would be sore too. I'd be sore too. This breaks my heart.
Neon. Come on, man.
Someone must be strong-arming Neon to be part of this.
The thing is, Neon, he's an easygoing guy. He doesn't have like a particularly like forthright will when it comes to stuff. He does what he's told. Wrestle's great, but there must be somebody who's like convinced him. And I'm not sure if it's Mond. Like who's the third member? Is it Gripe? Is it Killing You Guy?
Let's. Mona Lisa Handler.
Who? Is Mona Lisa Handler? She must be from Power Fantasy.
I mean, of course she's from Power Fantasy. Mona Lisa Handler. So here's what I understand.
Oh shit, you have intel?
I think I got intel. You know, I like to disguise myself as someone else and sit in the stands of Power Fantasy. And, you know, don't tell them I do this, because I'm, you know, by technicality, I'm banned from the Power Fantasy venue. But I get behind with a disguise. I sit in the crowd, I look, and I see what they're doing, I see what they're planning. So from what I understand, Mona Lisa Handler, very well known as the mother of another wrestler, Erwin Handler, also very well known as housing and takes cares and kind of coaches or trains Power Fantasy's bear.
They have a bear?
They have a bear, and Mona
Like
Lisa is the handler of this grizzly bear, yes.
Holy shit.
But something terrible happened to this bear. Someone shaved the hair of this bear, and the bear was so embarrassed.
Where do they think they are? Tekken?
I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm just hung up on this bear thing.
I mean, it makes sense. It's pretty hardcore to have a bear. I mean, we don't even have that, but you know what? We should.
I mean, we're above that.
We have the fucking creature.
We have the fucking creature. That's true.
That's close enough.
Anyway, what happened to this bear? It got shaved?
Yeah, it got shaved, and it got humiliated, and like it got.
How is this relevant?
Well, the thing is, there were reports. I don't know it's true, but there's allegations.
Uh-oh.
That someone within GPW is behind the abuse on this bear.
Animal abuse, that's serious allegations.
Those are serious allegations.
Those are serious allegations.
So it makes sense, allegations that serious would cause this mama to be pissed. Coming in here, strong-harming other Power Fantasy members that just happen to be here, and causing this conflict to happen. And of course, Noah Greb isn't over us, so Noah Greb will take any opportunity to have another assault on our show. So I'm not surprised if their tag team in the Synchronicity Tournament is Noah Greb and Killing You Guys, returning to win for Power Fantasy, of course, but also to get a fucking rematch against Are We Not Men?
Oh, yeah.
Which, speaking of which, let's reveal it.
The cards are down. The music stopped. The chairs. Everybody's sitting in the chairs. And oh wow. Do you want to get into this? Because I'm seeing a lot of stuff that makes sense and other stuff which is kind of mind-boggling here.
Yes. So let's go.
Let's have a breakdown.
Let's go from the top, right?
Yeah.
So with the Ultra Systems, their tag team is Face on Asphalt. Makes sense too. They've been a part of Ultra Systems for a while now. Taking the opportunity. Yeah. World's Most Legal. I think that's a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Might be more.
Did they debut last?
I don't
season.
Think so. Maybe technically, by technicality, they did, but it was not just a. It wasn't a 4-man. It was like a 6-man or something like that.
Okay.
But you know, just for people out there, let's just say it. World's Most Legal.
Oh no, they did debut. They debuted against Beast Mode.
Oh, you're
they
right.
did.
Okay, so yeah. So Sigmund P, Jekyll Man got together, formed up World's Most Legal.
Yeah, let's get those facts straight. But then the Tom Cruisers.
That's a new name.
Who the hell are they?
They might be.
Has Ultra Systems just pulled more guys?
Mercenaries for hire.
Potentially. Well. Okay, Dallas County. Furnace. Funky Freaks. Now you see me. I see you. Yeah, that's a 2014 film with Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson. But yeah, we haven't heard that. Maybe that's a new tag team that's formed behind the scenes. Furnace and Funky Freaks. Well, Funky Freaks, Mistress Agapanthus has had a long-standing beef with Dallas, so I'm kind of wondering how they squashed that. That's interesting.
That is very interesting.
That is interesting.
So right now I'm seeing a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ultra Sisters Dallas County, they got 3 tag teams. DGF only has 1.
Where's New History Warfare?
New History
Of course,
Gloria Gold.
Reata Spite. But Gloria Gold's nowhere to be seen.
Nowhere to be seen.
Gloria Gold, she couldn't. That's the thing. They've ran out of members, so Gloria Gold can't even be part of a tag team. Like, all of their members have been exhausted.
Yeah.
Is DGF down to 6 or even 5 members now?
I don't know.
I mean, has Reata Spite fucked them over that badly?
It's looking like it.
Wow.
It's looking like it.
Speaking of Rare to Spite, managed to get Lockjaw and Sunrise Smile. They're joining forces for a tag team. Lockjaw just lost the Thousands of Fallen belt to Fergus.
Oh.
And Sunrise Smile has just got exploded by Nervewrecker.
Yeah.
And I think Sunrise Smile's tag team has been exploded along with it. End position. And so maybe these two, they've linked up, but Reata Spite, how has she convinced them to go with Team 3? And likewise Samaritan's Baby Boy. I mean, Reata Spite broke Baby Boy's arm.
Yeah. That was a brutal match.
And now Baby Boy is in support of her. That's black magic. That's witchcraft from Reata Spite. How has she managed to convince Baby Boy, one of the most stubborn fuckers in GPW, to join forces with her? That's crazy. Whew.
It's a lot to take in.
That's a lot.
So of course the unstable stable though, Beast Mode returns, and Greg Fucks. Greg Fucks is the one that I'm mostly like.
I've got an eye on.
Yeah. This is one of the most formidable tag teams in GPW. Like, they...
I mean, had an unbeaten record until now, Are We Not Men beat them in their own tournament.
Yeah. So it makes sense that they're taking this opportunity to try to get that shit back.
Okay, I'm looking in the next one, Ouroboros with Bomb Ohio. I thought they were mortal enemies.
That's crazy, and I guess that does confirm that Ouroboros is no longer part of Unstable Stable.
Holy shit.
Instead going just completely opposite side from them.
But the one of the most immortal beefs, a beef that like preceded GPW by like decades, is now being squashed? And they're in support of Plantasia and Contra. Unless Hermanus Clown, they're... I mean, getting silly with it, as always, I guess.
I suppose, yeah, that's always...
Yeah. Whew.
Team Rectitudes. So, the Bradley boys.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Because, you know, Sid Sentiment, Mr. Painkiller kind of showed themselves to be like the monster killers alongside Are We Not Men. So it makes sense that the Bradley boys would go with Team Rectitude because they absolutely despise Greg Fox with like a deep passion. So that makes sense. But what's really interesting is Christian Smith getting together with Yellow Umbra.
And very new wrestler.
For Team Rectitude. I guess in support of Arby Manhole?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Arby and Kristen, Sugar and Diesel. And without her tag partner, Kristen Smith, well, I suppose Yellow Umbra and Kristen are two of the youngest members of GPW roster, so I guess it would make sense that they would form a friendship behind the scenes, perhaps. Not altogether too surprising. Plus, Yellow Amber just distinguished themselves, beating who was it? Calvin. Calvin, in a singles match, quite decisively. So, you know, young rookie, but clearly like all the help that Team Rectitude can get to take down the unstable stable. And there they are. Noah Gripe killing you guy, sporting Power Fantasy. But only one team.
Only one team.
Only one team. They didn't bring reinforcements. They're just working with what they got. Mona Lisa, the handler's working with what she's got within the ranks of GPW. So, DGF Power Fantasy, not off to a great start. Ultra Systems, Dallas County, really big, colossal advantage here.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. We'll have to see if it's only a colossal advantage if those teams actually get wins.
That's for true.
Because if all three get 0 and just choke in the very first round, then all of that hustling to get that many teams in support would be for nothing. So we'll simply have to see. Well, this is shaping up to be an incredibly interesting, complex tournament, double tournament, chimeric thing.
There's a lot going on because you gotta remember that the results of the Synchronicity Tournament affects who could be a runner-up, who could be a finalist.
There's a lot to play for.
Yeah. It's Mega Millions is what I want to mean. Or but yeah, no. So it's unable to have predictions. Although Team 3 might go far. I might have a prediction, but Team 3 might go far.
They have strength and like quality of wrestlers for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's pretty stacked. Every team has. I mean, Team Rectitude. My eyes on Team Rectitude personally.
It makes sense.
Sid, Mr. Painkiller, Arby, really, really solid. So my eyes on them for that cell B.
All right. Well, for me, it's cell B. I don't know. I might have to rep unstable. Stable. I mean, it's trauma.
It is trauma.
Not a lot of people have beat him.
That is true. Mind you, Hasgag, I think he's kind of a weak link. And I think Ouroboros knew it, and Ouroboros got fed up. But trauma, I mean, Hasgag seems to be loyal to them right now, so it makes sense. And hopefully that, well, we'll see if that loyalty is, you know, actually effective.
Yeah.
In the coherence of that particular 3-man team. Yeah. Well, but it's impossible to predict at the end of the day.
It is impossible because there's a lot of gears going in this.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of gears going in this. So, well, the only way of finding out is tuning in to the show when it happens, which is going to happen very soon.
Very soon.
Maybe. I don't want to get the hopes up, but maybe this Friday, first episode. Maybe if things line up. But we'll see you next time, which will be episode 1 of season 6, GPW. Stay tuned.